Hello. Just taking that down a smidge. Feel like that was way too loud. Right. Is that working? I wonder. Let me go and check my channel. Right. Oh, it is working. Nice. Alright. I should probably change. So, I guess a quick intro would be I'm building a system called TurboCast. Show you what that system is. And there it is. Beautiful. Although quite basic at the moment. But we're getting there. We're building it up. No users yet. But soon. I'm very excited for my first user. That's going to be great. Maybe it'll be you. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But anyway. Here's the coding setup that I've got going at the moment. It's primarily, well, no, it's entirely agent driven. There's a lot of stuff in here. What I've built in here is an agent system that will autonomously refine, plan, implement, review engineering tasks, and then it will, whilst it's doing all that, it will pay attention to itself, notice things that it's doing not so well, or notice things that it is doing very well, and it will make a note and improve skills, improve agent files. Like, it's all supposed to be self-improving, self-healing. I am very lazy, and that's the gist, really. So I've never actually even opened the source code in here, because I've never needed to. It's all entirely agent driven. And we got loads of different agent profiles here. Got loads of data that it's passing around. Hooks to make sure that quality gates are met. Proposals for adjustments made by the agents to the system. Rules that agents follow. skills that agents can use. Currently running work trees. These are sub-agents that are running at the moment. Yeah, so that's what the code base looks like. And then this is one of the jobs I have running at the moment. It is finalizing a test suite overhaul because I was finding that the test suite was taking around 2 to 3 minutes for one of the apps, which really slows down development. Because when an agent makes a change, then it will run the tests that are immediately around the change that's made, and then to make sure it's not broken anything else, it'll run the broader test suite. And if every agent, every sub-agent is doing that at the end of every task, that time sink compounds tremendously. So optimizing it is a good thing to do. So I put some time into speccing out some test suite optimizations. And it's now running that, and we'll see how slow this runs, because I have the suspicion that it's not done a very good job. It's been running for 28 seconds. We'll just keep that going. What else have I got? I've got, oh, that's my current usage. So you can see I was actually given a voucher by Anthropic, $75 worth, which is used up in like an hour. But current week resets on April 16th, which is 6 days away, currently on the 10th, 2026. So already I've used almost half my week's limit. So Anthropic really ratcheted up the old rate limits, didn't they? Which sucks. So the reason I keep an eye on this usage is because if I get to about 90% usage, then I know not to kick off any giant jobs, because it'll fail halfway through because it'll crash into the rate limit, and that'll probably poison the context for when I need to pick that job back up. So it's better to not launch giant jobs at that point. And the other thing I've got going is this Agentic product manager research. Let's see if anyone's... No chat. If you say something in chat, then I should see it. Well, you can see it here. Yeah, so one thing I did ask an agent to do was, you can see the prompt here, hopefully. Maybe I should make that a little bit bigger. Enough zoom? I hope so. Oh, good lord. I'm so sorry I moved this. Where's it gone? Here, right. So this was the beginning of the task. Quad code on maximum effort, because I know this is a very complicated thing to do. So this was the entire prompt. This is a research and planning task. Currently in this repo we have a decent setup for agents to refine and spec and implement engineering tasks, which is true. We're missing a product manager style element to the workflow. We need agents to be able to generate a vision, a backlog, a roadmap, all the typical things a product manager would do, etc. Because I don't know all the things that they would do. You must launch sub-agents, so speaking directly to Opus now, you must launch sub-agents and research the best practices and latest, most proven mechanisms, which is important because otherwise it'll just go and get the latest trends that could be garbage. Like recently I've seen like knowledge graph work and wiki stuff, and people are like, this is the game changer, blah blah blah, but It's too hot to try and adopt, so I want the most proven mechanisms and techniques for this kind of thing. So when I say this kind of thing, it's going to be referencing what we talked about earlier in the prompt. Imagine our current agentic workflows and examine our current workflows and files and produce a report on what we should do to extend our system and ultimately have high quality agentic product management driving the highest quality product that will result in a successful product. And most importantly, a very profitable one. You see. So I let that run for a while. It launched multiple research agents in parallel to thoroughly investigate the current system and the external best practices. It also read through my business documents because in this repo I also keep my business documents. So I'm in the UK and I keep all the company's house documents and meeting notes from meeting with my accountants and things like that. Just everything's in here because I feel like it's going to eventually be pretty important context for agents working in here because it's not just programming agents that I'm putting in here. It's going to be things like product and CEO and finance and data science and a bunch of stuff. But we're starting small. We're starting with just the engineering team. But I feel like that's in a pretty good place now, and you can see that in the report from Opus. So I did the research. Now let's build this report. So the current state, what we have, and it's strong. When Opus 4.6 tells you something is strong, I feel like pretty good. So my agentic engineering workflow is mature and production grade. 112 completed specs. So a spec is like a feature, if you like, or a group of work. It'll have requirements, design, and tasks. And there's agents and skills and rules and hooks. These are all, it's like, I think the word for this in general is an agent harness. And that's a pretty well developed one. Self-improving infrastructure, so as the agents do things, they track their effectiveness, gap detection, failure logging, proposal generation, external practices scanning. So it's trying to be self-improving whilst keeping an eye on the external world for interesting developments as well. It's self-pruning, which is an important part. Quality enforcement, parallel execution, business directory is also comprehensive. Yeah, so the engineering system decides how to build. Business describes what to build at a strategic level, but there's no connection between them. So you can see all the functions it's noticed it's missing. So we can do anything perfectly, but it doesn't decide what to do, or it doesn't know how to validate that the thing it built moved the needle on profit. So proven patterns. Spec-driven development is the dominant pattern, and we're already doing it. So the GitHub spec kit, AWS Kiro, which is where I got my designs from, and the BMAD method all converge on your exact structure. Requirements, design, tasks, implement. My system is ahead of most. I'm on the bleeding edge here with this harness, which is good to know. I didn't actually know that. I thought I was kind of run of the mill. Anyway, draft 2 decision governance is non-negotiable. Every successful AI product management system uses the same pattern. Agent proposes, human reviews, human approves or rejects. So the proposals and pending mechanism already does this for config changes, just extend it to product decisions. Yep. Orchestrator worker beats agent hierarchies. Okay, that's good to know. Single orchestrator with explicit routing outperforms complex multi-agent hierarchies. So my skill-based architecture is the right model with the human orchestrating. This is interesting because I was wondering about this recently, like a swarm of agents or a team of agents autonomously going about a task. How does that compare to like an orchestrator and a bunch of linear or parallel sub-agents from the orchestrator? But apparently the latest research, 2025 December, shows that the human orchestrator to agent and sub-agents is the right model, which is what I'm doing, luckily. So PRD generation is the most mature AI product management capability. Okay. Just talking about some PM LLM skills and stuff there. Automated prioritization works when connected to real data. So RICE and WSJF, these are just ways of measuring business outcomes of features. RICE, I think, is reach, impact, something, I don't know. Scoring can be automated. Yep. Signal integration beats autonomous product agents. Yeah, so LLMs and agents do really well when you give them a task and give them a way of verifying their progress towards that task, or towards that goal, sorry. So you give them a goal, then give them something they can use to measure how close they are to achieving that goal. Then agents do really well in that kind of a setup. But if you just give them a vague kind of direction, they don't do very well. What doesn't work? Autonomous product vision, removing humans, multi-agent PMs, framework management, yeah. Recommended architecture, connect the existing systems, don't rebuild them. The engineering workflow is excellent. Product management layer is a bridge between them, not a replacement for either. Okay. So what's he saying here? Strategy layer, human authored, agent maintained. Got the business directory, got the product directory, that's new. That's going to be where backlog, signals, metrics, personas goes. Okay. Unrefined, to do in progress, finalized, done. Yep. New artifacts, product directory, product management workspace. So we'll have a backlog in here. This is also very important. So you can see it's proposing a backlog and metrics and objectives and decisions, things like that. This stuff usually people try and put into external systems like GitHub Project or Linear or Jira, whatever. And then you can connect your agents using MCP. But that's very expensive in terms of you have to pay for seats on those offerings. Sup QC. I do have Dota down here in the background, which I'll get to in a minute. I just want to explore this this report I got from the agent that I was running a second ago. pretty sure you know a bunch about software development QC, is that right? Do you mess around with agents much? Got back from a cherry blossom trip. I don't know what a cherry blossom trip is. It sounds like you walk through a park that has a bunch of cherry blossoms. Which sounds pretty good. I know software development, yes. I only use Google AI to ask questions. My friend says Claude, you mean Claude, is amazing though. A park with cherry blossoms. Sounds great. Trying to think of the best way. I think if I just show you what I've got working in this repo at the moment, I think that's the best way. So this is the workflow when I'm working in here. I've not written any of this code. This is entirely from agents. And this is, yeah, as it says, no human programmers. This is my bleeding edge workflow. So at a high level, the first thing I do is come up with an unrefined thing that I want to do, like speed up the test suite or something. And then a park with cherry blossoms, they fall down just like in my animes. Klaus is Claude. I'm impaired by autocorrect. Oh wait, I bought a keyboard. Nice. You're in a great mood, man. Yeah, so I come up with, where's it gone? There's a specs directory, and everything lives in there for behavior of the system. And then it's up to the agents to work out how to move specs from like a rough idea a human had, turn that into a fully fleshed out technical design with functional and non-functional requirements and detailed plans for how exactly it should be implemented. And then an agent needs to go off and launch sub-agents to go and actually implement that. And then separately, at the very end, it's also reviewed, make sure the CI runs and everything's up to scratch, static analysis passes, tests pass, performance is still good. So that's roughly the whole thing in a nutshell, as quick as I could. And without knowing it, I've landed on a really good implementation. Like I've just kind of been fumbling my way through this, keeping an eye on the latest trends, both in my day job and on the internet in general, listening to podcasts, watching videos from people like Carpathy and Anthropic and things like this. I've not been in a total vacuum, but so I asked, I'll zoom up to this prompt I gave Claude here. So this is Opus 4.6 with a million token context running on maximum effort. So this is, as far as I can tell, this is the absolute best model or agent you can use for this kind of thing right now as a public peon like me. And what I've asked it to do is go and find out how I can extend my pretty decent agentic engineering harness with product management capabilities. Because right now I'm very kind of finger in the winding it when it comes to features to implement on the site. What I need is a proper product management department, but I'm poor and I don't have a company and people, but I do have access to pretty shit hot agents. So they could be my product management people. So it's gone off and it's done all the research. This took a while, but eventually it came back and it's like, okay, what you have, and it's strong, your agentic engineering workflow is mature and production grade. Which is a nice compliment to come out of Claude. Also, it says, my system is ahead of most. So according to what the research says, what I'm doing is pretty good. Is it free? No. So Claude Code is not free. I pay £90 a month, which is like what, 130, 140 US a month? Something like that. But there's a lower tier and there's a higher tier. I'm kind of in the middle. I think you can pay like 20 US a month and get some access to it, but they rate limit you pretty hard. So then it's talking about like recommended changes to bring product management capabilities in here. And we got to this bit, which is where you joined, and I was saying, this is very interesting because this has been my instinct the whole time, has been to keep everything to do with this company and this product in the repo. Google AI is free. Depends what you mean by AI. If you mean the Google chat you get like in the search bar that you're talking to like Gemini, what is it, 2.5 Flash or something behind there, then that's good enough for those tasks. But for what we're doing here, those LLMs would be not nearly good enough. They would make a lot of mistakes. And you could see it if I gave that same prompt to like Claude Haiku, which is a teeny tiny model. It wouldn't be nearly as thorough as Opus was with maximum effort here. But it's saying keep all your stuff in the repo in these files instead of doing something like shipping all of this out to a backlog in Jira or Jira, some people call it, or Linear or Monday or also on Basecamp or whatever project management software you could imagine. Don't do that. Keep it just in the repo, real simple, just a text file. Chuck all the stuff in there. Because that's going to be an optimized workflow for the agents, because the agents don't care if it's got a nice UI or not. Agents just want the information. And a text file is pretty dang efficient. We've got business files. It's going to add some stuff to there. And it's like, this is what you should do. Build a vision skill, build a backlog skill, roadmap skill, a triage skill, signal and measurements. Impact review. So these are These are a bit high level. I think if I actually asked an agent to properly plan this stuff out, you'll get a lot more complicated very quickly. But it's an interesting idea. Strategic skills, quarterly review, opportunity score. Interesting. Product analyst agent. Do not create a PM agent that makes product decisions. That's interesting. Based on the research. This is still my little restream app, but my restream app that's just the first step. So beyond the restream app, once I have like the infrastructure in place to handle the dynamic scaling and handling of the user traffic for streaming to multiple destinations and then scaling all the way back down to 0. Then I want to be growing into more of like an automated content engine and like a marketing system. And there's also plans very later down the line for a mobile app and a desktop client. So right now it is just a simple little restream app, but longer term it's gonna be quite a few products, I think. We'll see. But these are the foundational workflows that I need to get right that will pay dividends as development continues. Which is why I've put such a focus on getting the Agentic harness as good as I can get it before really putting in a product roadmap or a vision or anything like that. But now the agent harness is pretty shit hot, to be honest. Don't want to toot my own horn, but it's, someone tooted it and it was me. So where is it going to track these metrics? It's being very vague about some things. Like it's saying register success metrics, session recovery rate, support tickets about disconnects. Where are you getting these things? So session recovery rate, I'm guessing that would come from Prometheus that I have set up. That would be like a whole side quest in implementing reliable measurements for these. And the support tickets, I don't have a support ticketing system yet. So that would need to be built. So there are still problems with using LLMs. They do get confident and they do miss things. You just need to keep an eye on what they're doing. But as long as you're rigorous and meticulous, like a loser like me, then it's pretty good. Governance model based on research. Every PM operation falls into one of these. Generate, propose, decide. Drafting a backlog, recommending what to do next, setting objectives. Generating backlog things, the agent does it itself and I review it. Proposing what to do next. Okay, and then I actually decide what are we doing. Alright. I might turn this into an actual unrefined spec, because it seems pretty exciting. And then, well, exciting if you're a doofus like me. I'm struggling to find a reason to code. Whatever I want already has a GitHub. That's true, man. But there's no QC version of it. You gotta think about Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Coke Zero and Diet Coke and Pepsi Max and Pepsi Diet and Diet Dr. Pepper. You know, there's space in the market for all of those different drinks. They're all doing fine. Just because someone has made a thing already doesn't mean you can't make one. You'll make it just your way. It'll be slightly fit to whatever specializations you have. It'll be unique because of that, and it'll serve a slightly different portion of the market. And maybe that'll give you a really good edge. Maybe it'll be terrible. Who knows? That's the gamble. But now is a very good time to do it because of the AI tools make it, you can the QC Facebook killer. Absolutely. You know, I feel like the longer a product is dominant in a space, the more likely it is that it's going to be killed by something. And Facebook's been around for a long time. And, you know, I feel like there's space for things to start chipping away at it. I don't know if you ever use Slack, like the workspace messaging tool. But that started out life, like what, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, as just a really simple little messaging app. You can make DMs, you can make a channel. But these days, there's like AI integrations and app integrations and workspaces and channel groups and user groups and AI everything, and jeez, it's so complicated now. I feel like there's space for another workspace chat app that's literally just a chat app. Because Slack has been around so long and the feature creep has slowed it down, bloated it so much. That's just my opinion. The whole point is profitability. Here's how each capability connects to revenue. Backlog scoring, so build high impact features first, means a faster time to paying users. Objective alignment, competitive scanning, signal synthesis, impact review, post-ship metrics. Know whether these things are actually making a difference. Yeah. I know people like Slack, but I'm like, fuck you, email me. Yeah. I just rather wouldn't be contacted at all by work people. Right, so because I was faffing around with the window, it's kind of screwed up the rendering of this. Where is it? Here. Right. My monetary scheme is to write a game. That's a good one. It's a hard one because that is such a saturated market. But if you keep plugging away at it, I just need my RPG Maker idea to sell 1 million copies. You see, when I read that, I read it as rocket-propelled grenade. Like a bazooka. I just need my bazooka maker idea to sell 1 million copies. Yeah, man. Automate the making of RPGs. People will love that. Right. Let's get one of these on the go. One more game remaining. Dun, 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 dun. The background here. What's it doing? So this has been running for an hour. Looks like it's finally finishing up here. What are you doing? What's it done? It's just wrote a requirements file. 160 lines. Full problem statement. Bazooka Maker is a great game idea, actually. That is an interesting idea. It could be like you gotta like modify your bazooka and make it more effective at like blasting the crap out of people or things, I don't know, robots, aliens, pets. And then depending on how well you blow stuff up, you then get more resources to upgrade your bazooka, make it more effective. RPG Maker is an already existing game engine, you cavemen. I know what RPG Maker is. I'm not that bad. I also know what Godot is. I know what Unity is. I know what Blender is. I know what Unreal Engine is. It's just, I was relishing in the idea of the RPG Maker. Excuse me. Yeah, something like Angry Birds. Exactly. You get it. Let's see what my usage has been now. So I've used up 40% of a week's worth of usage. I've done that in just one day. Whoops. Hero, you are really using the AI. We are just chit-chatting. I am really using the AI, yes. You should have seen the review that Opus gave. So Opus, you probably know, but Opus is like the big daddy model from Anthropic. And Opus said that my agent setup, like the harness I've got, the skills and the hooks and the profiles and the rules and the data and the knowledge and all that stuff, is like, this is a very good setup. And that was very nice to hear, because I never actually thought of having it review my setup like that. I just want to use it and have it be good enough for me. But having the validation from the robot is nice. And I found some songs on YouTube. It's free audio library, which is the beautiful sounds gracing your ears. It's a wildly interesting mix. Goes from like classical to mariachi band to hip hop to like EDM. You can barely hear it. It's like a Fandango song.
10 seconds remaining.
Gotta find that balance where the music doesn't dominate, but you should be able to hear it. Um,
10 seconds remaining.
Oh boy, that's a lot of magic damage.
5 seconds remaining.
Bing bing. Seems like they nerfed Admiral's Rum quite a bit. Now apply Admiral's Rum multiplication. Oof, that's a big nerf, yeah. Did I bring a damage increased? That's nice. Well, we'll see how this goes. What are these guys saying? Something. I barely hear it, but it's nice. They got 2 single target guys, Lotus Hero. Pretty sure you can Lotus with a Kunkka.
We're all in the same boat.
Mid Underlord.
Prepare for battle. My friends, fair enough. Calling it. It's in the bag.
I'm a bad boy. I took Tidebringer.
Your compass. Don't worry, lads. This one's in the bag. I changed tacks.
Look at the enemy heroes, think about the item counter, think about a hero that likes that. Good flowchart. This game won't be balanced. You'll either win by far or lose by far. Ah, yes.
A new force. Ivy to battle. 30 seconds to battle.
Oh,
Set my jib. So you say.
should have taken X.
I go. Set my jib.
I'm gonna have to mute these people.
Full sail ahead. The battle begins. I go. First blood. My pride.
Oh boy.
Axe is impressed.
GG Tidebringer. Yeah, I screwed that up. I did call it though. Remember, I was in the fountain. I went, I'm a bad boy. I took Tidebringer.
I change tacks.
So at least I know I'm bad, right?
Fair enough.
At least I'm gonna push the lane with my Tidebringer.
Booty.
Don't touch me.
I'm under attack.
Ow.
So you say.
They touched me.
By your compass. You.
Ow.
Full sail ahead. A new course.
God, these guys are being really mean.
By your compass.
Please get your heal.
So you say. As you wish. Set my jib. Fair enough.
Oh, didn't hit her.
I go. Yes. I. Horse. I change tacks. I.
Oh dear.
My sea legs.
It's terrible.
A new course. By your compass. Attack! Splay your blood across the... I change tacks.
Did they really?
Of course. I'm under attack. I go.
God, the range on Tidebringer has been nerfed to hell.
As you wish.
RIP my career.
I've run aground.
She right clicking the ogre. The range is 775.
Batten the hatches. Blood in the water. This'll trim your sail. So you say. Fair enough.
Ugh.
Run you through. Aye.
Oh, she got herself killed by the neutrals.
Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem. By your compass. Your bottom tower is under attack. So you say.
Ow.
I change tacks.
I wish this guy would be more in the lane.
Full sail ahead. Of course. Set my jib. I go. Cast away. A new course. Your bottom tower is under attack. Fair enough.
Ow.
Full sail ahead.
Any guess as to what this skill does?
I'll avenge myself. Your top
I know you can put that range stuff on your skills, but I don't like having
by your
the circle always around.
I go. I. So you say. Of course.
I'll just go get wisdom.
Radiant's courier. Metaphorically speaking,
What?
Axe does not actually cry. As you wish.
What was my courier doing? How did Spectre kill it?
I change tacks.
Ow.
Set my jib. No. Here's a yardarm for you. I go.
Why is Wyvern not here?
I. Fair enough. So you killing spree. As you wish. Set my jib. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. That was Axe-tacular. Dominating. Double kill. Killing spree.
Very irritating. Did I reach the end of the music already?
All ship shape from stern to scupper. Keel haul the lot of 'em. I'll take that. Look sharp.
Bye, QC. Okay, so I can just get dove by 3 heroes and just die. Nice.
I debark once again. Full sail ahead.
Go to the jungle, wait for the lane creeps to reach the tower.
Of course. Radiant structures are fortified. Killing spree. To battle. Fair enough. A new
Anyone else?
So you say. Cast away. Hand it over. I'm under attack. Of course. No. I. You don't have the sack. As you wish.
It's a bit late now, Wyvern, isn't it?
I changed that. You broke the enemy's bottom tower. Full sail by your compass. It's not time yet. A new course. Not yet. I changed tacks. So you say.
Ah, God.
Full sail ahead.
I just couldn't keep vision of him for 2 seconds.
As you wish. Roll for my chest. Set my jib. By your compass. Fair enough.
That's a nice winter's curse.
Your middle tower is under attack.
That was nice.
Tax. Fair enough. I. Full sail. The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Set my jib.
There goes my internet.
Away. You don't have the sack. The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Run you through. Your middle tower is under attack. Of course. I go. battle. Blood in the water. Display your blood across the deck.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
He'll hold the lot of them.
Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it. Your bottom tower is not Axis problem.
Fair enough.
It's not going terribly now.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
Batten the hatches. Cast over.
Unstoppable! Wicked sick!
Ow.
Double kill!
Oh dear.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Radiant's towers are fortified, just like Axe.
Man never steps into
Your
the
middle tower is under attack.
A new course. Your ship has sailed. Aye. Full sail ahead. I change tacks. As you wish. By your company.
What the?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Here's a yardarm for you. I'm not ready.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces.
I change tacks. As you wish. Full sail ahead. By your company.
Oh,
Of course. Not yet. Hie thee to battle. A new course. Eat my way. I go. I. So you say.
focus. The item before the fights.
Hand it over.
Yes, Sensei.
Attack.
Goddamn ignite.
Set my jib. No.
Illusion.
Oh. I go. Buoyed up. Of course.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Fair enough.
Your
Set
bottom
my jib.
tower is under attack.
I change tacks. Hie thee to battle. As you wish. By your compass. Full sail ahead. After the day.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
So you say.
Great kill of Spectre. Should have been a double with a Quap just a little early on the X. Yeah. You're right. Sorry I'm being annoying with the suggestions. You're not being annoying. You're absolutely correct. And I knew it myself with the co-op. I was just too keen. You know how it is. Like, ooh, it's exciting. I might actually do this.
As you wish. I go. Full sail ahead. Yes. A new course. It's not time yet. I change tactics.
Magnums.
No room to swing a cat in this crowd. Set my jib.
Come here, you
Top tower
smasher.
attack. By your compass.
This is beautiful. I know I had to die for this to happen, but that was nice.
Cast away. You don't have the sand. Look sharp. I. Of course. It's not time yet. This'll trim the sails. It's not time yet. Fair enough. I'm not ready.
Oh boy.
So you say.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Set my jib. Collision course. Of course. You don't have the sand. Not yet. I changed that. Full sail ahead.
Yeah.
Killing spree! Double kill! Glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem. Dominating! Triple kill!
I survived the doom. That's pretty nice.
Find their fortifications.
As you wish. As fish and crits.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
A new course.
Dang, I blocked it.
Batten the hatches.
Dag nabbit.
You don't have the sand. Look sharp.
seen ruins that look better than your bottom tower.
Set my jib. By your compass. Aye. Here's a yardarm for you. I change tacks.
Come on.
Full sail ahead. So you say. Hand it over.
Your son has fallen to the Radiant.
Didn't even realize my team was doing that. Oops.
No room to swing a cat in this crowd. A rising tide. A new course.
That's right. I do want to be the One Punch Man.
I change tack.
I'm going for Silver Edge because I want to disable the Spectre's
Of course.
dispersal.
It's not time yet. As you wish. Set my jib. Aye. Attack!
Your top tower is under attack. Looks like Axe's opinion of you. Your top tower has the dire structures cannot be hurt.
So you say. By your compass. I go.
Axe sheds a tear for Radiant's courier. Metaphorically speaking, Axe does not actually cry.
Full sail
Your
ahead.
middle tower is under attack.
I go.
Mega kill!
I'm buoyed up. You don't have the sack. So you say. Cast away. Collision course. Now that. Aye. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Dire structures are fortified.
Left his illusion behind.
Like you can't even imagine.
Of course. As you wish.
Unstoppable! Axe is pleased.
A new course. Yes, my strength grows. Full sail ahead. Gold for my chest.
Wicked sick! Axe is
my
pleased.
A new course.
Monster kill! Double kill!
I change tacks.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Of course.
Axe is pleased.
You don't have the sand. You don't have the sand by your compass. Fair enough.
Come back here, you creeps.
Keel haul the lot of 'em.
Ha! Tusk kinda does the similar, but more like literally one punch. Do I play Tusk? Don't see, but maybe used to.
Full sail ahead.
I used to play Tusk, but I feel like they nerfed him.
A new course. So you say. I go. I change tack.
Yeah.
By your Of course. As you wish.
We should probably be pushing with the carry instead of just standing here doing nothing.
Fair enough. I
Double damage.
set my jib. Catch of the day. Full sail ahead.
Double kill!
Boop, boop.
A new course.
Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins. Structures are fortified.
Game is easy. You did say it would either be really hard or really easy.
Surrender to gravity. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. X likes.
By your compass.
Proclaims a radiant victory.
Straight to the bottom with you.
We did it. It's time, 11 o'clock. The unorthodox mid choices ends up like this. Yep. Never underestimate the things that happen at Crusader level. Oof. I want to get a cup of tea. Before I go to get a cup of tea, I don't think I did claim that. Oh well. Where's OBS? Here it is. You see, I can now refine this spec. Open here. My usage data. That's taking a while. Okay, so I went into the next session. 40% use still. That's not bad. And let me have a look at my specs. It's in unrefined, just the product management. Unfinalized, nothing to do, nothing. In progress, nothing. Okay. Gotta refine this, which I can give to an agent now. So we copy this duper, then we clear the context. And we set model, yep, opus 4.6. Set maximum effort, because this is going to be a big task. Refine that spec, please. Then off it goes. I'm only going to run this one because I don't want other file changes going on whilst it's trying to do such a complicated evaluation. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a cup of tea. If I leave my headphones on, then I'll hear, because I might get the sound bug. I was gonna queue, but actually no, I will. Fuck it. Oh no, I gotta go all rolls. Right, I'm gonna get a tea. I'll be back in a minute. Actually, let's put the, so you can see the, you can see this duber gun. Just watch what he's doing. I find it oddly soothing watching an agent work. Huh. Look, it must be making all the right choices. Look at it go. I think I'll feed my dogs as well. Come on, boys. I haven't heard any game popping noise. Gonna guess that it's not popped. I can kind of see the screen. Oh well, if it does pop and I miss it, it'll only be a couple minutes. There you go. back up now. Ah. I failed to ready up. Oh dear. One minute 30 seconds. Yeah, right. Now we need a copy of you who runs the terminal commands. They got me. I've got some Easter chocolate up here. I got. No, not that one. Yuck. That's a good one. What kind of tea you getting? Isn't it very late for you to be having a tea? It'd be like it's midnight for you, at least. Probably more like 1:30. No, 1. Right. I'll wait till you're back for this bit. This bit I find pretty interesting. Game popped. I got the offlane, even though I had all roles selected. People really don't like the offlane, do they? Gotta go offlane void. Sniper. What? The sound bug. No luck with Pudge. No. I think my dog is headbutting the floor. He's got a giant head for a small dog. Whenever he's like, he rolls around. Sounds like someone's falling over. Just gonna get into this game and then I'll show you what I wanted to show you. I'm back. Look, so you saw me, I ran the research prompt. The agent went away, gathered all the research. But look, it's me. Then I had the that agent put all the research into an unrefined spec. Then I ran the refined spec skill on that unrefined spec. And what it does is it goes into a loop, and it's got like all these quality gates and methods of refining a spec, like checking the actual code base, checking best practices in the code base and outside of the code base, what's trending everywhere else, what's proven to work, any gaps in implementation, any erroneous assumptions being made. It does all that. And it does that in a loop until the unrefined spec has been completely refined. So it's got all the information it needs for an agent to properly plan out this work and turn it into a refined spec with requirements, design, non-functional requirements, actual tasks for a coding agent to implement, things like that. So what you're looking at now is the first iteration of the refinement loop of the unrefined spec. And you can see I didn't teach it to do this, I just told it to make itself better as we go, pretty much. And it's asked, it's learned to ask for my input on some things. So it's done a refinement. It's like, oh, I need a human's input for these things. So it asks me questions and I can give it answers. And then it goes and does another refinement loop. But I never had the idea to ask it to do that. But because I've built the agent harness so that it adapts to the workflow, it extends itself, it can give itself new capabilities like this asking for human input capability. Cool. And that's why I like using the agents, because you get to do pretty cool things like that. At least I think it's pretty cool.
Fear not, my friends. First blood! First blood! Scouting the way. I journey on.
guy just killed himself to get my courier.
For your glory. Light. Scouting the way. I journey on. The all-knowing one protects me. A narrow path. Right away. Yes.
Now,
Fear not, my friends. Our God is here. I'm not ready.
finally got her. How does it get the idea? Looking for common practice. I don't really know how it got that idea. Ow. I was trying to turn around so I could hit him with a hammer and get a little bit of healing, but I'm a dummy.
Knows your sins. I stand for the light. The all-knowing one guides me.
Why do I have a specter in my lane? What's happening?
By your grace. Yes, sir. Yes. My path is clear. Flanking.
Ours.
Oh! As you will. I'll take point. I'm under attack. My path is clear.
Are we?
Omniscient.
You got me.
This is embarrassing. I am the duck's back. I journey on. By all grace. Charge! Attack!
Maybe no one attacked Dyer's towers for a few seconds.
The all-knowing one protects us all.
Yeah.
Know your place. They shall know. All is known.
Radiant having unprovoked is now at the
Judgment level. Guiding light.
Ah. No.
Killing spree. Yes, sir. Dominating. Double kill. The all-knowing one guides me.
One's middle tower being attacked surely does send such a rapturous middle tower as no one's veins.
Yes. I stand for the light. Purified. Say your prayers. I'm under attack. Blessing for your glory. Fear not, Herod. Their blades will break upon us. Forward march. Yes.
Weaver says he's gonna ruin the game.
Fear not, my friends.
Okay.
I'll not falter. Purified. I am needed. Smite. Right away. A narrow path.
Oh dear.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
I bring the light. Blessing.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Knows your sin. It's not
Oh, that was a brutal combo. Someone should tell a sniper that his Q isn't stacking. Yeah, every sniper does that though, don't they? Q, Q, Q. Also, someone should tell him sniper is not a support hero. What? Ow. He's going for a Midas.
Top tower under siege. Right away.
Flanking.
Killing spree.
Fear not, my friends. Judgment. All bonds will break. I am needed. I'm under attack. They shall know. Strength guides me. Yes. Omniscient light.
Anyone? No.
Times like this, the heroes have to step up. So if you know any, absolutely. It's alternate you who stop your middle tower is under attack. Just look how fit and attractive you are.
Killing spree. Triple kill.
Forward march.
And they do triple Q just before they die, like a message. What the? Oh, I forgot my tea. What kind of tea did you get? Music was nice. It's got a bit bluesy, isn't it?
Radiant sure are loving those invulnerable towers.
I bring the light. Omniscience knows your sameness. My path is clear. The all-knowing one nailed it. Their blades will break upon us.
Volume's still low. Drinking chamomile tea. Same as me, bruh.
Your top
Good call.
is under attack.
For your glory.
Top tower under siege.
Gonna go for a blink this game.
In the way.
Your top tower has been destroyed.
Say your prayers. I am humble. All is known. Prepare thy soul. The armor of a strength. Guides me.
Your bottom
Oh, I saved that sniper so hard.
Charge. Omniscient light. A narrow path. Yes, sir.
Oh dear. Save the sniper 5 times. Really?
Right away.
bottom tower.
Huh? Yep.
In the omniscience.
Can you hear that?
Your bottom tower is under attack. If you have any last words, bottom tower. Mid tower taking damage. Radiant structures are fortified.
You can't save attempts. Of course. Yeah.
I'll not falter.
Top tower under siege.
Both game and song is low compared to your voice. Yeah, that's because I have a very quiet voice. I'll need to play around with the audio settings. You raise the volume a bit. Yeah.
As you wish. Flanking. They shall know. My path is clear. Yes. Be fearless.
Where was everyone? Oh, the Spectre. It's no good at all.
Enemies are ravaging.
Now it's perfect.
By your
Time taking
grace.
damage.
No sorcery. I'm under attack. Right away. My path is clear. Guiding light. And dancing.
Okay. So he's got a lot of damage now.
Double kill.
That might be GG.
Well, my goodness, your top tower is being attacked. Having a top tower.
27 seconds. Have a look at this agent.
Top tower under siege.
So he's decided. So I gave him the answers. He's decided to split it out into 5 different, 4 phase specs with 1 epic index. Respawned.
guides me. Once again, digital swarm. I'm under attack. I'll take point. When last we left our heroes, double kill. A narrow path. All laws will break. Harness Ultra kill.
Everyone was going on different targets there.
Nailed it. Congratulations, your middle tower is being attacked. Mid tower taking damage.
Now you can see it wrote 5 specs and now it's launching sub-agents to reassess all the specs in parallel, each with a fresh context.
In the vampires mega groups.
Now,
I bring the light. Middle tower is under attack. I am needed.
bing, bing, bing.
All is known. Fear not, my friends. Our God is here.
Now,
Die with my
The dialogue. Truly today we have really engaged. No.
that Spectre was really bad. But also we had support sniper, support weaver. Just never gonna win that. Oh, let's see. Or is it done? It thinks it's finished refining that workload that we put together. The monolithic agentic product management spec. 15 functional requirements, 6 non-functional requirements, split into 4. Each in to-do, ready for /spec. Foundation, scoring, feedback, oversight. Now music is loud. How about now? See, it sucks because I'm a very softly spoken person. Plus, the kids are asleep, like 12 feet that direction. So I'm just trying to be quiet, and I'm softly spoken. Where is it? OBS, right. So it's fixed a bunch of stuff that it found wrong. Decided on execution order, saying after phase 1 the rest can be done anytime. Next thing to do is run spec foundation. What's the time? 23:52. I got time for one spec, I guess. So it's important to clear your agent's context between jobs that you give it to do. So it's finished refining that spec. Let me just check, what does it actually put in there? Specs. Is this the epic? This is an epic, yeah. Okay, so it's got the ordering here. I just want to be sure with something. The humans. Good call. Alright, I'll let it run this. And then I will kick off a spec job. And the job of the spec is to take these newly refined requirements, turn them into a fully fleshed out spec that can be given to an implementation agent. Positive guy, this agent. That's another thing you could do that I thought of recently. I mean, not that it's a unique thought to me, but you could put in bits of personality so that when prompts are coming back at you like this, it could be like sassy, it could be funny. You could tell it to be like that, and it would be like that. I was thinking it could be like if I could give it like a dry, sarcastic sense of humor, that would be pretty entertaining for me. Later phase skills noted as coming in phase N, so the human sees the full picture even when only phase 1 shipped. Alright, now we can clear the context. How is Claude doing this session? Good, well done Claude. Let's clear this. We're on, you can see we're on Opus 4.6, 1 million context with maximum effort. That's good, that's where we want to be. No, I didn't want to copy that. I wanted to copy this. Spec the Agentic PM Foundation. Because that is the first thing we need to do, isn't it? Yep. Then after that I'll be scoring, then feedback, then oversight. What I tend to do when I'm doing an epic like this is I'll see one of the phases all the way through refinement, speccing, and implementation before I even start refining the next one, because sometimes something will change here that will inform the refinement of this one. So even though it says you can do these in parallel after the foundation's in place, I prefer to do them one at a time, just with my cautious nature. So let's tell this guy, fresh context, off you go. And that could take a while, because that's 10 tasks in there. So you could go have a look at the tasks that he's going to be doing. What was it? Agentic PM Foundation. Here. Oh, okay. What's this refinement log? This is a new thing it's taught itself. Okay. Right, epic. The governance model, all the product skills. Orchestrator worker, draft a decision, WSJF over rice. Start with backlog management. Alrighty then. Let's see what my usage is at. Currently 42% for the week, done in just one day. I am addicted to agents, I guess. I've got 2 stats. You can get closed. How's he doing? Let's go back up to the top. He's trying to explore, he's trying to work out what Agentic PM Foundation means. This is a huge project. This is a huge project, yes. At the moment it's 4 projects in one. So there's like a web app, which is the main duber. Where is it? This guy. So this is one service with all this stuff in here. And then there's also like an edge node to accept streams, then there's two services that sit behind that edge node. There's a forking service called the media service, and then there's an auto clipping service called the auto clipper. So all in all, that's 4 services, which is 4 little code bases inside of this code base. It is a big project, which is why it's so important to have the agent harness as good as it can be, because with such a big project, context poisoning is very easy, which means the information that you load an agent up with as it's doing its task, if there's some information in there that's not relevant, it can steer the agent into doing something wrong or doing something it doesn't need to. That's called context poisoning, as far as I know. I might be a bit wrong about that, but that's my understanding of it. So, yeah, so it's learned. So one of the skills I remember putting in place was allowing an agent to learn about the project that it's in. But this is what it's doing here. Trying to explore the project, work out what's here. It's found the spec. Spec has refined requirements, gonna generate, yeah, so it's looked around, it's seen the other specs, it's noticed the patterns and the conventions. And I was like, right, okay, cool, I know what to do. Need to take that thing, turn it into requirements, design, tasks. Gonna do a deep investigation of things. Now let me look at existing things to... Yep. So what it's doing here is kind of new to the harness. I was looking at the existing skill patterns to model the backlog skill after. Check the existing proposals more carefully. So it's going to write a new skill, or plan to write a new skill, and it's looking at existing skills to see if it can model it after anything. And then it's going to use a new skill called apply proposals, where agents can ask me if they can add new skills to the project. I now have a thorough understanding of the requirements and all the files. Okay, then let's just go ahead. It's off, it's doing it. QC is back. The internet has returned. Nice integrated chat window. This is, well, it's just, this is like an OBS window. I wonder if I can make it bigger. Scale? There we go. Colorized author names. Ding, ding, ding. Right, what's he doing now? Done the design. Now he's gonna write a tasks file. And now that he's done those, he's launching a validation agent with a fresh context. So the agent's gonna go through and use some like spec validation skills that I've got in the repo. Which, again, nothing, I didn't write any of it. This is all agent generated. I'm just the ideas man. The agents do everything in this project. I have, what would you call it, transcended keyboards. Actually no, because I still have to talk to the agents. I've not quite transcended keyboards. So it's found some problems in the spec. but as far as I can tell, these are all, like, it has enough judgment and intelligence to fix these issues, so it's addressing them. Pretty nice. 11k tokens used in this request. It's been running for 8 minutes. It's filled up 11% of the model's capacity for context, which in total is 1 million tokens. Okay, it's finished. All issues from validation are fixed, and here's the report. Spec created. Agentic PM Foundation. It's passing all these checks. Yeah, fixed a couple issues. Didn't have to bother me for that. Skill file. Strengthened some acceptance criteria. Didn't need human input. Ready for implementation. 5 tasks across the Claude config and product directory. No application code. But again, this is all about agent harness work, because this is like the bedrock, the foundation of the products I'm building. So I want to get it as right as I can. It's like when you're launching a spaceship, you want to launch it at the exact right angle or whatever. Because a little bit off, and then 10 years down the line, you're a million light years away from where you want it to be. So I feel it feels. The next step is to run the spec. And when you run the spec, that's what actually does the implementation. And to do that, I don't use Opus. I use Sonnet, which is a slightly smaller, slightly cheaper, well no, much cheaper. It's like 1/5 of the cost is Sonnet, and it's just as good once all the design and the requirements and the tasks have been. Ooh, Artemis is landing in 1 hour. Ooh. It's exciting. You staying up to watch that? Claude setting up the project to be in a state where AIs can start coding it. Yeah, that's pretty much what has happened here, QC. So from day one, I've told Claude everything in this repo is gonna pass out soon. Artemis livestream had a ton of viewers. Am I allowed to look at the live stream while I'm streaming? Is that allowed? Execution plan, starting task 1, launching a sub-agent, producing directory structure. Off he goes. So this is agent using Sonnet 4.6 with maximum effort to just implement the plan that the Opus agent came up with. And if we look in here, we should now be in progress. Yep, the PM Foundation is now in progress. Look down in tasks. These are all the tasks that it's got to do. can see how detailed the tasks are because we've been through refinement, we've been through validation, we've been through design. So now it's very explicit. It's like create that directory and 7 files. Seed it with objectives. So there's very little chance for the executing agent to hallucinate or make mistakes. And that is the name of the game when you're working with these things. They do like to make mistakes. I don't think nasal is gonna strike your channel, but it's just a box with parachutes or whatever. Just a box with parachutes. Very QC answer. NASA, not nasal. Nasal NASA. If I look for the NASA live stream.
Excited to get the interview started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh. How do you see viewer count on this? I should probably know that. Oh, 659,000 people watching right now. I need more space. Let's look at this one. This one looks more interesting. Whoa. This guy is very bold. Beautiful. Look at the curvature of that dome. Lovely. It's almost the mirror image of his chin. Perfect symmetry. What a man. She's very small. Or he's very large. How do you... Oh. There we go. He wants to do stuff. How do you spot if it gets poisoned? It's just that it'll... You can't... It's very hard to tell during the execution. But you'll tell because it'll start doing stuff that you didn't ask it for. Basically. The best way to work with agents, this guy put it really well, Karpathy. Here. Whoa, that window is going mental. Claude wants skills or permission to write to its own directories. Yep, you can do it. So these, so Andre Karpathy. There's a line on this page somewhere. Where's it gone? Here we go. This is almost as concise as you can possibly be for everything you need to know about working. Oh dear, my phone fell out of my pocket. Okay. LLMs or agents are exceptionally good at looping until they meet specific goals. So don't tell it what to do, give it success criteria, and watch it go. The goal-driven execution principle. So you tell it what the success criteria are, and tell it how it can verify that, and then just let it go. That's the best way you can do it. It's very much like red-green refactor, if you know that, the test-driven development thing. You set up your unit test, and you say, if the system is working correctly, then this assertion will be true. And then you write code until that assertion is true. LLMs, when you're using them to good effect, are very similar to that. You tell them what you would like to be the end result, and you give them a mechanism for verifying that result, and then you just let them go. Which is what I'm trying to do with like this elaborate agent harness. Everywhere throughout it, there's bits. It's like, I want you to learn about the web app in this repo. At the end of it, you should know how it works. Here's a bunch of tools to read files. So that it will read files until it knows how the web app works. Something like that. It's a very bad example. Oh, that music stopped. Oh no, it was just a big quiet bit. Claude, write a profitable trading bot. Yeah, it's obviously you can do that. It's not even very hard to get it to do that. It'll do that very quickly and easily. But unfortunately, it is not able to tell the future. So it ends up being the same as everything else. Like 6% would be a good result. Wow, I finished that already. So I finished the Foundation Agentic Product Manager Foundation spec. It was all it one-shot it, basically. And one-shotting means what it sounds like you just tell the agent to do something and it does it successfully in one go. And that's how I know that, well, that's partly how I know this is a decent agent harness, because it's not like I told it to do something and now I have to tell it to do it again. No, it's just done it. So I made the product directory with a bunch of stuff in there that I'm, to be honest, never going to look at. There must be normal, safe to play music. So you can pay for music, but I am very cheap and poor. So, but you can pay to be able to play good music. But if you're gonna play music on a thing like a stream that is potentially eventually monetized, this is royalty-free YouTube music. Yes. They've got a massive library there, so it's very hard And they've got like very, very dumb filtering on the library. It's very hard to find something good. But I went through pages and pages of the library to try and just find music that didn't make me want to throw up immediately. And that's what's gracing your ear holes. Right, now that that is finished there, we're going to switch back into Opus for the finalization. Double check the stats, make sure I've got enough room to do this. Oh yeah, got plenty of room. So now we want to finalize that spec. Beethoven is public domain by now. It's funny you say that because Beethoven actually is in this list that I chose. Where did it go? But a Symphony Number 5, Moonlight Sonata, Toccata in D minor. Background music for coding and listening to music while getting flamed by a random guy on the internet. It's very true. Symphony 5 is the one everyone knows. That's true. That's why it was the first one I put on. This is very appropriate music for agentic coding. A symphony. Dun 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 dun. You met a Russian guy who doesn't know any Tchaikovsky. That is surprising because Tchaikovsky is so famous. But, you know, it's the Tetris music. I'm sure Tchaikovsky is very pleased with that association. I don't play video games. Сука, блядь. Давай, Tetris. Dedicated desk is off. Good night. Thanks for the company. Good chat. I'm gonna go to bed as well. Well, I'm gonna let this job finish and then I'll go to bed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the company, the insights, the jokes. I don't think I will be streaming tomorrow. I might be. We'll see. Have a good evening, QC. Dedicated desk, if you're still there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.